Monday, June the 6th, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our best bets are always our premium picks. And, we have a pretty good card today. We've got 15 Major League Baseball games for today. We've got 2 NBA games as the playoffs are already starting to wind down. After today, there will only be 8 teams left in the NBA. And we have 2 NHL games. So the NHL looks like the playoffs are actually going to be super exciting all the way down to the stretch at this point. And, of course, Brian Bittler not with us today, but we have Ron Romanelli and Rod, who are both NHL guys. And what do you guys think, man? Islanders coming up big yesterday. I know you guys did not like them in that game, but it's tough to win playoff games on the road, and especially, these weekend games where, people are extra liquored up early and, no one ever. I wonder if, like, in the new stadium in Nassau, if they're gonna, generally the teams move to a new stadium, they raise ticket prices like crazy, and they lose a lot of those. Remember the Rangers when they redid the Garden, they eliminated like a bunch of the blue seats and put in more luxury boxes. And it's like the Rangers have really never been the same since.
Ever since the Moose was loose.
Well,
what's that?
Ever since the Moose was loose. Mark Messier. Ever since then, the Rangers haven't been the same.
Well, they got rid of the blue seats, a lot of the blue seats, which were the hardcore Ranger fans. The upper deck is the blue seats at Madison Square Garden. They got rid of the blue seats, a lot of them, and put in luxury boxes. More luxury boxes.
I think the big difference between a normal team moving to a different stadium and the Islanders is the Islanders already did that a couple of years ago with Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It did not go well. They raised ticket prices. It wasn't a stadium built for hockey. So now the Islanders and the fans all know that this can't happen again. So I think the move to Belmont's going to be just a Nassau Coliseum 2.0 kind of thing, just because the organization knows it can't mess around with the fans anymore, or else it's going to be bad for team morale and everything. I mean, we had a lot of players leave the team because of how bad the ice was and how bad the stadium was to play in. So I think Belmont's going to be a great thing for the Islanders. The stadium was rocking yesterday. Big win for the Isles.
It's been a while.
Well, that's just a sad thing about these I think these Canadian games would be a whole lot better if the stadiums were packed. Full of people. I mean, we wouldn't have seen a sweep in that first round because Edmonton fans are like insane, man. They go nuts. Calgary fans, insane. Winnipeg fans, Jets in a Winnipeg stadium that's packed. They call it the whiteout for a reason. Every fan in there is waving a white towel, and it's a whiteout.
The Bell Center goes nuts too.
In Montreal, Bell Province, and just what I said, when they start cheering all day, and that's it. It's over with. And I think that's what happened. The Islander fans got all nuts in the third period. They came out, and the team thrived off that feeling from the crowd.
I think we're just a year away. I hope so.
Yeah, from getting everything all back.
Yep, we're on our way.
I know things are opening up, but I'm certainly in no rush to go traveling. That's for sure. This is the longest I've ever been on the island, and most people probably, when they see Hawaii or whatever, they don't realize like how small these islands are. It's a very small space to be for a long time. That's why people get the island fever, they call it. But I'll tell you what, I'm good. I'm good, it's like I'm fine with it, but I can't see myself leaving anytime soon either. It's that same thing. But we also had the Belmont Stakes yesterday. Talk a little bit about this stuff while we're waiting people to join us. And it was very chalky and really a bad race. It wasn't like anything exciting, or there was nothing magical about it. It was it makes you kind of think, and once again, limited crowd, which is a problem, for that race especially. And it makes you think that maybe they should restructure the Triple Crown. And I think to make it more relevant. And I think, if it means taking the Belmont out of the Triple Crown, I think so be it. I think you go, Kentucky Derby, maybe maybe go Belmont, Kentucky Derby, Santa Anita, or Santa Anita, Kentucky Derby, Belmont. You gotta get rid of the Preakness. I mean, that's part of the problem here, too. But anyways, Brian not here to talk about his Bucks. Make League. Tell us how lucky we got. James Harden got hurt. Boy, you guys got lucky. Harden got hurt. Wait a minute, he was on the other team. It would have been worse. Yeah. The Bucks were never really like the first quarter. They looked like they might have an outside chance, but it was kind of like when the Nets turned it on. It was really, I could see the Nets going to the final. I could see that path now, of the Nets to the final after that game. You can see it. We've got a Game 7 today, the only first round game that goes to Game 7. It's rare you see a first round game go to Game 7. They used to be 5-game series. So that's part of the reason.
Yeah, the first round used to be 5.
Yeah,
right?
First round used to be 5 games.
Used to do that in hockey too. First round 5-game series.
Because they were seen, most of the series were seen as the mismatches. 1 versus 8, and, But then you have the 4-5s. And I don't feel bad for the people that live bet the Bucks. I feel bad for people that live bet the Bucks. Frankie's saying that. Anyways, see how far we're into this show. I want to just give people a chance to join. It seems like it takes a little while these days. All right, let's just get started then. We got 2 NBA games. We got the Clippers and the Mavericks and the Sixers and the Hawks. Joel Embiid looks like he's not going to go. Man, that's kind of like you fought for that home court advantage, and now you're going to let it go. I don't know. The Sixers just let it go. Still 3.5-point favorites here. We saw the Hawks play really tough against the Knicks, but this is a little different animal here, especially at home for the Sixers. He's listed still as questionable.
Yeah, I see the line at 4 in some spots, so maybe he's trending upward a little bit. I think you'll see that line go to 6 or something if he does play.
Basketball is one of those sports where the guy, plays. And, we look at the Hawks, and they do have, a lot of momentum coming in here, but they're up against the better team here. Yeah, baseball was the best of 5. And baseball used to be best of 5 to get to the World Series. Like the NLCS, which was all there was. There was no other rounds. So it was just the NLCS and the ALCS, and then the World Series. And it was a lot of day games. It used to be a lot of day games. Those. I remember a lot of day games. The Bucky Dent game was a day game.
That was a day game, right? Yeah.
But that was an extra playoff game. It was not a playoff game or championship game or anything. That was just an extra game because they finished the season tied after the Yankees were 14 back. A month and a half left to play, or less. I think a month left to play. I would say if Joel Embiid is good to go at all, he's going to play. These are the games. This is why you have him. What do you? There's nothing to save him for. You need to win these games. You need to win this home game. 1984 Tigers were the last league championship that was three out of 5. I would have to say that 84 Tigers team, if it was 9 out of 16 or whatever, they still would have won. It's like that was one of the best teams to come down the pipe in a long time. That Tigers team in 84, they were crazy good. What did they start the season? 35-3 in the first 38. I think that was I don't know offhand. 35-3.
I was 8 in 84.
I believe the 84 Tigers started the season 35-3. It was over before it's. You want to talk about? It's like it's being over before it starts. It like by this point of the season, it was already over. It was like they had already given Trammell and Whitaker like already said you're 1 and 2 in the All-Star voting. That's the game that I talk about a lot on the show, that Andy Hawkins Yankee game against that Tigers team. It was like I'm at the game listening to the radio. It's like 11 Detroit batters have come to the plate. 11 balls hit extremely hard. It's like they could not get him out. They started 35-5, so it was over before it started. Wow. Yeah, oh yeah, it was just like they came out like they had smoke coming out of their ears. You know, it was like you did not want to get in the way of that team. Lou Whitaker, you know, you don't hear a lot about that guy, but he was pretty amazing. And Alan Trammell, that Tigers team was off the chain. Anyways, back to the NBA here.
84, I only remember the Oilers and Gretzky off the chain. That's what I was watching at 8 years old. Go! Oilers won the Stanley Cup that year.
The Jays were good, they're saying, in 84, too.
Jack Morris, 19-11 with 3.6 ERA.
Yeah, but a lot of those games, they were already done.
3.73 FIP. Yep, they got FIP back in the day.
With a big stash.
This is before the restructuring. They won the AL East. They beat the Padres in the World Series. Oh, man, I remember that game. I remember the one that the Padres won. You know, the hero was
that Montreal.
I'll give you 1,000 guesses. Who was the hero of the Padres' one win over the Tigers? I'll give you 1,000 guesses, and you'll never guess who it was. I remember the game. I just remember the whole thing. That whole thing. So it was Petrie was on the mound. And it was Kurt Bavacqua took him deep. And it was like he was dancing around the bases. It was kind of like, you know, here's, of all people, Kurt Bavacqua knocked it out of the park. It's like, what? It's like, you're not going to win this game. It's like when Kurt Bavacqua was hitting home runs. Kurt Bavacqua's claim to fame was that he won the Topps bubblegum blowing contest. They used to have this for the players. The cards used to come with gum in the pack. Originally, baseball cards were to sell gum, in kind of like the giveaway with the gum. And then baseball cards always had the gum. They always had gum that came with them. So then they had the bubble blowing contest where the players would go, and whoever blew the biggest bubble would be the champion. Kurt Bavacqua was the champion. You know, they had the card, the bubble blowing card. You could look it up, Romanelli. You're a card guy. Look up the Kurt Bavacqua.
How do you spell his last name?
I don't know. Google will pick it up. Bavaqua, Bavacqua or something like that. Get like a bubble blowing card. This is why
I know. And then players would take it to the next level and they'd put it on people's hats and put it on their head. They'd blow the bubble and pull it out their mouth, and then they'd put it on the back of the guy's hat. I remember seeing players do that in the baseball. Guy runs out the field with a big blob of gum on his head.
It's out there.
Yeah, well, what should I look up?
Bubble blowing card.
Bubble blowing.
Bavacqua bubble blowing card.
Yep, there it is. 1975 bubblegum blowing champ.
Yep. Told you.
Milwaukee Brewers, Kurt Bavakwa.
Kurt Bavakwa.
I gotta get that card in my collection.
That if you don't have that in the 76 Oscar Gamble, you're just not a true collector.
See if I can find it on eBay.
What, the Gamble card? Do you have the Oscar Gamble?
No.
Oh,
I'm not really a vintage guy, but
I know.
I'd like to get more into it.
But you gotta get that Oscar Gamble.
Yeah, I know. I like that card.
It's the best.
Oh, I can get the Bavakwa for cheap.
Yeah. Oh, it's Bavakwa. It's not going to be worth anything.
But it's $15. That's way too much.
Who's on the Tom Seaver rookie card? Because I used to have this one. The Tom Seaver rookie card.
Oh, is it? It's not Nolan Ryan, right?
I had it. Oh, that's right. Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
I think it's Nolan Ryan, Tom Seaver, and Steve Carlton or something. It's like ridiculous. They're all on the same card. They're rookies. Back then, they used to have all the rookies on one card. Or 3 at a time. 3 to 4. Yeah, it's Nolan Ryan rookie. Anyway, speaking of rookie cards, Hawks and Sixers. I'm kind of leaning Sixers here. I don't have a premium. How about you guys? Nothing? All right.
I mean, this one I like the over 220.5. When it opened at 220.5, and it hasn't budged an inch. You look, the Hawks are 4-1 in the over their last 5 versus team with a winning record. 76ers there are 4-0 to the over, following a straight up win of 10 plus more points, and they're also 6-1 in the over their last 7. You look, even the 76ers, they played quite a bit, even with Embiid out this year, even at home, and added up the points. I think we got a track meet in this one. Give me the over 220.5.
I'm going to take the 76ers, even if Embiid doesn't play, which it looks like he's not going to. I think the 76ers are, like Mitch mentioned, just a different team than the Knicks offensively, and I think the Hawks might find some problems defensively because of that. Definitely more shooters and a lot of guys that can post up, down low, and can contain Trae Young. I think Trae Young's definitely going to have to play a more perimeter game in this series than he did against the Knicks. I think that Sixers at home, this is a big game. You know, you can't just give up games in playoff matchups. This is just, you can't blow this one. I think the Sixers are going to win it and cover at home.
Sick. I see a Tom Seaver, Bill Dennehy rookie card going for $24,700 on eBay.
Is it graded or just loose?
Not graded. See,
a 10?
I don't know what it is. I just don't understand the grading system.
Oh,
we used to, you know what we used to do with the cards? We used to go like this. Bet them. Right? That's how we did it. Thousands and thousands. Ken Griffey Donruss rookie is $70,000.
When I tape them to my bike and make it go do 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 do.
I mean, I can't.
I know I did that to cards.
I wonder what my Clementis were worth. I had all the Reggie Jacksons and all the Clementis.
Wow,
those were my guys. Reggie was always one of my guys. Probably not as much. They weren't in great condition.
I got Juan Soto rookie at a PSA 10.
I would say I'd rather have a Reggie Jackson in 0 condition than a Juan Soto.
Yeah, well, right now. But in 100 years, Soto will be the greatest player of all time.
Think so?
No. But he is a top 5 player right now.
Here's a Reggie Jackson. One is $35,000 and one is $300. Mine was probably worth less than that. Here's one for $3. 2,744. I don't know. I just don't understand how Juan Soto is worth more than Reggie Jackson.
He's not. I mean, not in the same condition. If you
He's
see
not even in the same sentence.
No, I know. I'm saying if Reggie Jackson's rookie PSA 10 would be
what determines
way more
this?
than Soto.
It's like
PSA is the grading company.
I know,
and
but
10 is,
this is Mr. October. Reggie Jackson.
I know he's much better. I know.
It's like this is and there's got to be far fewer of those Reggie Jacksons out there.
Of course, in good condition, yeah.
Oh man, Reginald Martinez Jackson turned down the football scholarship, played baseball at Arizona State. Yeah, Arizona State loves the baseball football guys. They love him. Dave Winfield, same thing. Kirk Gibson was a football guy, right? Kirk Gibson, Michigan State.
Yep.
John Elway, football, baseball guy, went football.
I didn't know that.
How about the guy that started over Brady? Drew Henson. Remember him? Romanelli has no idea what we were talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Really?
Wee little Todd.
So Drew Henson was seen as the guy, right? Like he's the guy. He was the Michigan quarterback and the guy. He was, he's one of those guys, right? So this is what he did. I don't want to get drafted by whoever. I'm going to go play baseball. So he signs with the Yankees for millions of dollars. And he stinks. Stinks. Plays for 4 years because he's collecting big money, playing in the minors. It's he's the guy in the minors driving the Lambo. And then, he finally, I guess his contract is up. So he comes back to the NFL and he signs with the Cowboys. He just stinks. Meanwhile, his backup is winning, look at all these Super Bowls he's got. He's the greatest quarterback of all time when it comes to wins and losses, big games. It's Mr. I think, I don't know if Brady's the GOAT, but I would call him Big Game Brady, this guy.
He's the GOAT in my eyes.
To me, he's big game, it's I don't know. I think it depends on what skill set you're looking at. I don't think he's the most gifted quarterback to ever play the game. He makes great decisions. He's also had some great surrounding cast and some great, he has not always the best surrounding cast, but he's always had the best coach up until this past year. So he's had a lot of things that have worked in his favor. He didn't do anything that revolutionized the game. He didn't change the game like Dan Marino changed the game, changed the entire face of football. Joe Namath, changed the game. Changed the game, man. Brady didn't do that. Brady came in with, what do you think that Marino or Joe Namath would have done with the rules that Brady was playing with?
Right.
I think Marino could throw for 100 touchdowns with these rules. 100. Because when you look at him statistically compared to other quarterbacks that came prior to him, it was never close. When he broke the records, it wasn't the old record was 60 and he's got 61 like you see now. It was, the old record was 36 and he had 50, It was
50, yeah.
The old record was 4,000 yards, he had 5,200. It's not even close, I like the Clippers on that subject. I think the Clippers close them out at home. I think they cover.
I agree. I like the Clippers. I think they hold the Mavericks to under 100 today.
I think the NBA needs the Clippers. Their only chance is a Nets Clippers. And I think the NBA is in trouble. Romanelli and I were talking about this last night. I wouldn't say Brady changed the game. I would not say that. I say he's won a lot of big games, but he hasn't changed the game. The rules, he hasn't changed anything of that nature. These other guys changed the entire strategy and rules of the game. Without Joe Namath, there is no NFL. The Super Bowl is just the Super Bowl. Before Joe Namath, the Super Bowl was a poorly attended game. There was nobody even at the games. I was there. Right? I got my Raiders pennant. Right? I was at the game, so I can tell you. But it was just a lightly attended game before Joe Namath came in because no one thought that they had a chance. Dan Marino, I mean, he invented the modern passing game. Before Dan Marino, it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Dan Marino came in. 5 years later, never saw fullback again. Very rarely, right?
Very rarely, yeah.
Rarely see the fullback. I like the fullback. See, I like the 3 yards cloud of dust defense. I like all that stuff. I hate the new rules. I like the horse collar. Anyways, what are you selling? Speaking of horse collar, Ron?
Yep, today's my Super Sunday trio. You get one of each of my best plays in the 3 major sports playing today, MLB, NHL, and NBA. Looking for a nice Sunday. Let's sweep the board together, $29.95.
So here it is. Brady's gone 13-0. So is Earl Morrall. Anyways, Earl Morrall actually went 17-0. Rod?
And for me, I've got my Supreme Sunday package. Got 3 NBA. And my best bet one from hockey, one from MLB. All 5 plays over at Pick Dogs Premium.
So
jump aboard.
So I did a video after the Super Bowl. My apology to Tom Brady for ragging him all these years and everything. And he the guy is just amazing, right? He's just he does it against the odds. But I think when you hear him speak, and the best Brady interview is the Howard Stern interview with him. It's well over an hour, and Brady talks about how he's never been the best player on any team he's ever played on. He goes into detail about it and tells you who was the best player. Howard's like, well, if you're not the best player, then who was the best player? He's like, well, at Michigan, everyone was an All-American on my team except for me. He's like, and Desmond Howard won the Heisman Trophy. He played defense. I mean, he played offense. And then he also has a Super Bowl MVP as well, I think he said Charles Woodson was the guy he said. It was Charles Woodson that he said was the best player on his team in Michigan. He said, and it wasn't even close. It was everybody knew this guy was the best player. It was like, it wasn't like, there's other guys that are good or anything like that. He said it was Charles Woodson and everybody else. He's like, on my high school team, I was not the best player. I've never been the best player on any team that I was at. He's like, he got into Michigan kind of like through the back door. It was like somebody else's scholarship. Someone else went somewhere else. There was an open scholarship, and he got in. And that's why he rode the bench for 3 years. Drew Henson was the guy. But I like that about him, That's the things I like about Brady. Right? Yeah, I really thought that Belmont race was terrible. Really didn't.
Oh, it was awful.
Don't you think there should be a West Coast race in the Triple Crown to decide the whole thing? I mean, how could why isn't there a West Coast race? Why is there the Preakness instead of a West Coast race? It doesn't even make sense.
They've always done that.
Yeah, I know. It's time to not. They used to always have the PGA Championship at the end of the season in golf. Now they moved it.
They changed it up.
They're talking about because they were talking about replacing it. They were talking about taking it making it not a major championship anymore. So they moved it. It's like they changed it. So because they were going to make the Players Championship a major, which I like that because I like the ones that are played at the same course every year. I also think they should go to a 7 to 8 course rotation for the U.S. Open. Shinnecock should be one of them, and that one in Pennsylvania. That one.
Pinehurst, is that in Pennsylvania?
No, Pinehurst is in the Carolinas. But Pinehurst could be one. The Pennsylvania one is the one. I forget the name. It's a brutal one. It's a brutal one. I like those style courses. Anyway, speaking of tough golf courses. Got 15 Major League Baseball games today. Just 3 tomorrow. So get your baseball in today. Elvis Gerbach was ahead of Brady too. Yeah, Elvis has left the building.
Elvis.
Gerbach played in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santa Anita should be the last of the Triple Crown races. There's 3 weeks in
It
between.
should be, yeah.
There's 3 weeks in between. Belmont should be second or first, then in the Derby, and that. I just think you have to have a New York race, even a Florida race.
Yeah, definitely.
Than the Preakness. Even a Florida race makes sense.
You should have one in New York, one in Florida, and then one over out west. Right?
The quadruple crown. You could win the big square.
But you could go on a bunch of different tracks. You could do the same thing like you could rotate tracks, right? There's a couple up in New York.
No, because you can't rotate because it's not the same horses every year. So it's got to be apples to apples.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Got the Pirates and the Marlins. I'll ruin it for you guys. I'm sure Bittler's on the Pirates. Brian's at the game. That's why he's not here. He took his son to the game. Puts his family ahead of his degenerate gambling and betting.
So then we'll bet TBD just because?
Mm-hmm.
Washington, he's going to see Vince Velasquez. It's fitting.
Right.
It is fitting. That's his guy. Got Pirates and the Marlins, the Orioles and the Indians. Cal Quantrill still with the varsity. Got the Jays and the Astros. This has been pretty good games, man. It's like these teams. For some reason, it's just they play each other like they do not like each other. It's like when they have the other team by the chance to put them away, they do. It's like they do. They hate them. Then the Braves and the Dodgers. Max Fried, Trevor Bauer. This is the overrated game. Two most overrated pitchers in baseball going on there. I'm not saying they're bad pitchers. I just think that they're not here. They're here. They're not here, right? They're not.
They're not Bundy level.
No,
so,
no. They're not in the Angels rotation or not Bundy or anywhere in the Angels rotation. But they're not, I mean, we saw DeGrom last night. It's like he teased the Padres. It's like, yeah, you got a guy in third, you got a guy in second, nobody out. It's like, good luck. Good luck with that. It's like, you see when Tatis got the double, acted like they won the game. Like, hey, good luck with that. Here, we'll give you third. How about that? We'll put you third instead. How about it? And then he goes to a 3-2 count and he paints the inside corner. It was like there's no way anyone could ever hit that ball. It was just ridiculous. And the hitter, like, he didn't argue it. It was just like, oh my God. It's like no one's gonna hit that. He is once in every I think every Romanelli calls DeGrom the best pitcher of his generation, and I think when you see every few years we get a guy. Baseball, we're fortunate that usually every few years we get a guy like this, who's just on a different level. And to me, like Randy Johnson, a totally different style of pitcher, but he was the last one to win 300, right? So it's like I think batters, if you ask the batters of his time, who they did not want to stand in the box against, it's some 6'10" guy that throws 1,000,000 miles an hour, It looks like, they said it looked like he was just right on top of you. And, before you know it, the ball was there. Any of these five? Ron?
For me.
Oh, Rod, go ahead.
For me, in this one, I like the Indians and the Orioles to go over the total in that one. Cal Quantrill and Lopez going. Bring your glove to the park day. We're going to see some runs in that one on a Sunday afternoon. Love the over in that one. And I like the over in the Dodgers and Braves. Everybody's going to think it's a pitching duel, and I like the over runs in that one. I like the over 8.5.
Ober's pitching in the Twins for the Twins today.
Oh, yeah. Well, I also like the over in that Indians-Orioles. Lopez really struggling this season, and the Orioles' bats have been decent this year, but the pitching has been really, really miserable, and I think that both teams are going to put up 4 or 5 runs each, and we should get the over pretty easily. Wouldn't be surprised to see extra innings, and that will only help us with that over. So I'll take the over 9 in the Indians-Orioles.
What do you guys want to do tomorrow? Because we only have we have 7 games tomorrow. So we can do NFL totals. I'm talking to the audience. We can do NFL totals. We could look at some of these early college lines, or we could just have a really short show. It's up to you guys. But I think the VIP and the premium is going to be a mess. I'm going to imagine the drive-thru is not going to be a lot of fun either. So we'll have to figure this all out. Yeah, Bob Gibson was in that same class.
So, 7 games, 8 cappers. Yeah. Someone will have to double up.
I like the Braves in that one against the Dodgers. I can't stand Bauer. I know.
I forgot to give out the Braves too. I wrote that one down. Sorry.
I know he's good, and you guys can give me a hard time and tell me, yeah, Bauer's great and all that other stuff, but I don't know. He's never really been that great to me. It's like, if he's so great, then why doesn't he win a lot more? I mean, now he has the Dodgers. I don't know.
He's allowed 5 home runs in his last 2 starts combined.
He always looks confused out there, too. He's one of those confused guys, Jordan Lyles type, when they hit the home run.
He looks like Price did after he got paid. These guys take the big money. Yeah.
We'll do something special for tomorrow. We will. We'll figure out something out for tomorrow. Maybe Brian will tell us some stories about what happened at the game. He tipped the peanut guy an extra $6. Whoa, Biller's tipping. Got the Tigers and the White Sox. Something moved on here. There has to be a game that was canceled or something. Something moved on my sheet. Tigers, White Sox, Arizona against Milwaukee, Tampa Bay versus Texas, Cincinnati against the Cardinals, who looked absolutely pathetic this series. Any of those 4? It's like we lost one here. The Twins and the Royals. I'm
going to take the under in that Reds-Cardinals game. Cardinals' bats have just been really, really poor lately, and overall they've just been playing really bad baseball. Only 8 runs in the last 3 games combined for the Cardinals. And I think Wade Miley will keep him down a little bit longer in this one as well. And John Gannon, the other side for the Cardinals, I think he'll pitch well. 1.6 ERA this season. A lot of walks, but a good amount of strikeouts and not giving up the long ball. That's important in today's game. So I'll take that under in the Reds-Cardinals.
And for me, I like the Tigers here, plus the 1.5. The last 2 games have been a 1-run game. White Sox haven't been blowing them out like they did in that first one, like we figured was going to happen. Tigers have been battling, so I think they battle again here today. Give me the Tigers plus the 1.5 in that one. I think it's a 1-run game.
I like the White Sox on the run line in that one. I gotta say, I think Urena against that Tigers, against the White Sox on. I don't like the spot, as they say.
Wonder what Brian's up to at this moment.
Probably is sitting in traffic or on a train.
Looks like Austin Voth will pitch for the Nationals.
Nice.
Bring a glove.
Well, he turned things around. He was looking pretty bettable near late. He started off bad, and he started turning things around late. He got a couple of wins there, I think, at the end of the year.
Let's see. No, I stand by my statement. It's 4.73.
He's not great, but he did get a win.
5.4 expected ERA.
He did get a win.
Bring the glove.
Yeah, normally I'm a Nationals guy, but not with Voth. Not with Voth. I kind of been on the Cardinals a lot in this series. I've been really feeling foolish. And when you get beat by Luis Castillo at home, that's just bad news. Got the Diamondbacks and the Brewers, too. So chalky. Can't stand guys that give out minus 250 picks, man. It bugs me.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It bugs me as a site owner. It bugs me as a handicapper. It bugs me on every level. It's pathetic.
That's how you lose money.
Well, not if they win, you don't. But that's
if they
the
win.
argument. You know, that's the argument the other way. Got the Rays and the Rangers also. Michael Wacha. This guy is, he has, last time out, 1.2 innings. He's become one of these bullpen guys, right? He's not even good at it. Yeah, the Cardinals' bullpen has been lousy. Yeah, I was talking with my video guys about football yesterday. Getting ready. Green screen. I like it. Gotta get a travel green screen. Figure out how to do it on the road. All right. A lot of quietness. Got the A's and the Rockies, the Cubs and the Giants, the Angels and the Mariners, which I thought I had won yesterday with the Mariners where they hit the grand slam, but it didn't happen for me. Got the Mets and the Padres and the Yankees and the Red Sox.
And for me, this one I like the Padres here. The Mets got the win yesterday, but I've seen Stroman, and after what the Padres were watching DeGrom pitch, Stroman will look like he's throwing beach balls. So give me the Padres on the run line in that one. As Stroman will look like he's throwing beach balls. I think he gets roughed up today. Give me the Padres on the run line in that one, and I like the Red Sox and the Yankees to go over the 9.5 runs Sunday night. You're gonna see a whole pile of runs. I don't think they're in a hurry. I'd like to hang out, see some runs between the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to take the Red Sox. I may have the Yankee Cup and the Jeter pennant behind me, but I don't condone the Yankees' play as of late, not hitting the ball at all. The pitching's been good, but I mean, this is the worst offense the Yankees have had, I think I read, since the 70s or the 80s. It's just embarrassing when you see how much money's been put into the team. But until the Yankees figure it out, which I think they will, I have to take the Red Sox. The pitching matchup's about even. Richards struggled at the beginning of the year, but he's doing better as of late. Herman is, inconsistent as well. You got two inconsistent pitchers, but one lineup that's hitting and one that's not. So I'll take the Red Sox plus money all day.
I like the Mariners up against Patrick Sandoval, even though they fell apart yesterday. And I kind of like the A's here against the Rockies. I mean, the Rockies just looked terrible yesterday, too. They had a couple chances, but you can't beat Cole Irvin. You're not going to beat Caprillion. You can't beat Cole Irvin. You're not too many people you're going to beat. Brings us to the ice. I flew solo on the Islanders yesterday. It's 3-1. These guys teamed up on me, and well, that's why they played.
I'm glad I was wrong. Trust me.
But we got Montreal, my pick to win the Stanley Cup, now favored in the game.
Wow.
Yep, I think they were about plus 3,000 when I picked them. Beginning of the playoffs, I said, man, you leave the door open for this franchise. You let these guys in, they're going to ruin it for you, and they do it every time. It's not like it's not like this is the first time the Canadians have come in as a lightly regarded playoff team and have started busting people up. Believe me, this is what this franchise has done for the last 100 years.
100 years, yeah.
It's like these guys have been doing this for 100 years, just same way. You let that crack of the door open, and it's like, uh-oh. Here they come again.
Yeah. Who left the door open? The Habs got in. Who left the door open? The Habs got in.
Yep.
And now once they're in here, they're not leaving.
Now the Colorado Avalanche looked like, they were in control of the series, and then last time out, I don't know. When that happens to you, what happened to them in Game 3, how do some teams respond well, some teams don't. It looked like they won the game, they were winning the game, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, in a matter of seconds, it went the other way. It's kind of like when the Blackhawks won the Cup, the second time, whereas all of a sudden it looked like they were losing the game, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, and it was like, wait a minute, we just won the Cup.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. I was in Chicago at the time, living in Chicago. It's kind of like...
That was the Bruins, right?
Yes.
Dave Bolland and somebody. It might have been Bolland twice. I don't think it was. But Bolland scored the winning goal.
I guess Patrick Kane was involved.
I think it was like the third, fourth liners. Because I remember Johnny Oduya threw it on net and Bolland popped it in.
Meanwhile, Joel Quenneville, 3 cups, fired.
Yeah.
He's got to wonder.
It happens.
What's that?
It happens. I think
it's
he was butting heads with some upper office management, and they were just...
But it's not like a guy that won once, like Doug Peterson, and then lost his mind,
Yeah.
It's not like that. It was like, you paid 2 guys everything, Kyle with the Bickel.
Oh, Bickle, yeah.
Yeah, Bickel.
Yeah.
The of course, Kyle wrote hockey with us for many, many, many years. He was our original hockey guy. It's Kyle. Love to get him back on. He would be a good on-air personality, putting there with Ruffalo. Add a little fun to the situation. Ruffalo's a little serious for me. He's always dead serious, that Ruffalo. Happy guy. I think with Kyle it would be fun. Something to think about. Anyways, who do you like? Rod? Vegas?
For me, it is hockey. I like Montreal. This place will be a rocking.
Welcome aboard our bandwagon.
Yeah. No, it's not. They're not on. They're not. I don't think they win the cup. It's how many? When was the last time a Canadian team has won the cup?
Exactly, they're due.
They're due. We've been saying that for. I've been a Leaf fan, and I've been saying that since.
Yeah, but the Leafs aren't a team that
they're due.
But they're not a
they're
team.
Due.
But the Leafs organization, has got some problems. That's like, if the organization is the organization.
You got to realize that most of these hockey teams, 60% are filled with Canadians, even on the American teams. The numbers are staggering with the Canadians that play hockey on the American teams. But anyways, I like Montreal here. They're going to go up 3-0. Put a stranglehold on this series. There's too much. Price is too much. Montreal team's too much. And the other one, I like the under. Give me the under in the Avs and the Golden Knights. It's going to be a battle. It's been these two do not like each other, and tight, low-scoring game is what we're going to get. Give me the under. 5.5 goals in that one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Canadians as well. I think Carey Price is playing Carey Price hockey. He looks unstoppable. The Canadians, you got to give him credit. Not a team that was on my radar heading into the playoffs, but now a 2-0 series lead. I think they make it 3 today, and it's a shame for the Canadian fans out there, not Montreal Canadiens, but hockey fans. Before the season started, only 25% chance that a Canadian team at best could win the cup because the division has to eliminate until one team is left. So, if it's going to be the Canadians, I don't think they win the cup, but got to give them credit for a great season, the season I didn't expect. So, but I think they win it today and they go up 3-0.
We got Ruffalo in the comments too with Kyle. You guys should talk, man. I would have no problem if you brought Kyle on your hockey show once in a while there, Ruffalo, and your hockey videos. You should talk to him. You guys should get it together. I got his email. I'll hook you guys up. I think it would be fun to have Kyle on. I'm telling you, he started our hockey section here. He was with us for a very long time. He has experience. And he calls games and stuff.
Nice. Do it up.
Do it up. Ruffalo, get on that.
Yeah. Don't drop the ball.
Ruffalo probably has his email. Ruffalo probably has his email. Yeah, I like Vegas here too. I'm with you guys. Did you guys not say Vegas?
I said Canadians.
Oh. Well, I took the Canadians to win the series, or to win the cup. I'm still sticking by that. However they get there, it doesn't really matter. We've cashed on it at all the value is sucked out of the all the value's been sucked out of my Canadians here. They got what we need them to do is to lose. So I'm going to go on the other side there. I'm going to go on the Winnipeg Jets because it's the only way we're going to get value back on our Montreal team because everyone's jumping aboard the Mitchie Pucks bandwagon over here. We're cashing at plus 200s, I mean, Rod's not even wearing his Avs jersey today. It's like, what's going on here? Like,
I don't even think I own anything that has a Habs symbol or Montreal on it anywhere.
You got your Claude Lemieux vintage. Don't you know? This guy's Claude Lemieux vintage Avalanche jersey. Romanelli, you know Claude Lemieux? See a guy for him.
Nope.
No?
You have to look him up.
Claude Lemieux is one of those guys that like got in the pesky cheap shots. Like he's one of the cheap shotters, and like he was fast, so like he's very hard to catch. And then he also scored goals, so he was just like
he was like a Marchand of like backup years on that.
But he played on all the winning teams.
But yeah, exactly.
He played on the Avalanche with Sakic and Forsberg, and he played, with Roy, and he played on those Montreal teams that won.
Yeah.
He's
what we can get Lemieux? Yeah, get him.
Gotta get him. I have a picture right here on my on my thing. Let's see if I can get it.
Oh, wait a minute. He came back and played for the Sharks, didn't he? When he was old.
Season. I think he played one season.
I remember in like 2010 or something.
But I have a picture of him over here in the Turtle getting absolutely pummeled by the Red Wings. It's like he did the Turtle.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. He's a turtler.
He's the Turtle. Anyways, I think we need the Canadians to lose here. It's the only way we're going to get value back on them. The world's on my play here. All right. I guess that wraps it up. We could recap it. Who wants to go first? Ron Romanelli.
2008, 2009, he played in San Jose one season.
Wow.
Played 18 games. 18 games, that was his last year. He went from like Phoenix to Dallas to San Jose all in like 3 years.
How many cups does he have?
How many cups
10?
does he have? Ooh. No, not that many, I don't think. He has 3. He's won 3 Stanley Cups with 3 different teams.
Yeah. So
Montreal.
Was Claude Lemieux, like Kyle would actually know this, and too. It's like, was Claude Lemieux one of those guys that when he played for the other team, you hated his guts, but when he was on your team, you loved him, or was he just you still hated him?
100%. 100%.
Because to me, the ultimate guy that for me, in my lifetime, the guy who was the most, if he plays for somebody else, you hate his guts. If he plays for your team, you love him. Is Ulf Samuelsson? Right? That was his thing.
Ulf. I remember Ulf. Ulf Samuelsson. He was what's his name from New Jersey was my guy. Nobody was that guy. The guy that took out Lindros. He came across and just smoked him with a clean hit.
Kyle says that Lemieux was the catalyst of the Avs Red Wings hatred. Yeah, he's a total cheap shot. Yager is the answer to the other question. Who won the trade? Who won the trade? Whoever got Yager.
Whoever got Yager.
That's the answer. All right, let's recap, Romanelli.
All righty. In the NBA, I've got the 76ers and the Clippers laying the points. In the MLB, I have the over in the Orioles game, the under in the Reds Cardinals, the Braves and the Red Sox on the money line. And in the NHL, I have the Montreal Canadiens on the money line. My 3-team parlay is the Clippers laying the points, the Braves on the money line, and the Red Sox on the money line. I have a 3-pack today. You get one of each of my best plays in the NBA, NHL, and MLB. Let's make it a winning day and wrap up this nice week.
Rod?
And for me, I've got the Atlanta Hawks and 76ers to go over the 220.5. I got the Detroit Tigers plus the 1.5. I've got the Indians and the Orioles to go over the total. Take the Padres on the run line. Take the Boston and the Yankees to go over the total as well. My parlay, take the 76ers over 220.5. The Padres on the run line. And the Montreal Canadiens on the money line. And jump on over. Get your Supreme Sunday 5-pack. Big winning day coming.
Take the Winnipeg Jets the Clippers and the Sixers in Vegas. Baseball, I took... Wow, that totals 10 in that Velasquez-Voth game.
Wow.
I took the Braves against the Dodgers. I think they do it on the run line. I like the... What else did I give out? The Rays. And then A's. Mariners. Pretty much that's it. All right. I'll parlay up the Jets, the Clippers, and the Vegas. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We got a light card. Really light card. So we'll have to find something to talk about. Find out exactly how much Bittler's tipping the peanut guy there at the baseball stadium. Should be interesting. What do you think Bittler tips the peanut guy? Does he keep the change, or do you think he gives the guy an extra couple of bucks?
He asked for his change back.
You think he gets the change back? The row pass, they pass the change back down.
Yeah. The $2 goes across the
It's
home.
like, is there any other weirder money system than at the ballpark? It's kind of like you pass the soda down, right?
If it's a peanut guy, he's taking the change. If it's a peanut girl, he's keeping the change. She keeps the change. Actually, if it's a peanut girl, he'll hand someone money down the line. Wait, you got to hand the tip.
I'm going to say Bittler's a straight keep the change guy on the peanut guy. And I'm going to say that he's a... I'm going to say Bittler's a keep the change guy at the ballpark. I'm always like that. I always give it a couple extra bucks. Bittler's a keep the change guy. Anyways. See, when you get comments like this person leaves, who I don't even know if it's a real person or not, I haven't done well with the all picks. Well, that's funny because I think we've agreed on about 3 of them in about the last month. So that's your picks, at that point. No? How often do you think we all agree on a pick?
Not often.
Not often.
Not often. No.
I try and win them all, whether pay, free, anything, sideways videos, whatever. I try and win them all.
Well, yeah, that's what we try to do.
I try and win every single one. Doesn't always work that way. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day. We'll make it a winning day. Of course, I'm going to try like crazy to act more professional tomorrow. It's going to be tough after Bittler's Day at the ballpark. It's going to be tough, though. I can admit it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a struggle just to hold it together. I know that. Rod on the countdown. Rod is going to be taking a sabbatical from us. We're not sure how long it's going to be. He's having a sex change surgery. No, he's not. I know someone probably didn't like that I said that. He's not. It's not that.
It's not that, no.
Rod is taking a break though. And it's not suspended. We could call it that. Just for the bit. All right. Rod will be serving his suspension starting on June 15th.
Yep. Depends how it goes.
The sign clearly said no horseplay.
I know. But I like to run by the pool.
No horseplay. All right, thanks everyone for joining us.
You get up a good Brian start to do a cannonball. Yeah. You got to run by the pool. You got to. The sign obviously says no running. Yeah, but
I'll tell you what.
I didn't see it.
The wait 30 minutes after you ate something. It's
like, right? What is it? Really?
Whoever came up with that one. Why is that the magical number?
I
ate a mango. I was in the
They should give you on a wait 30 minutes before you get on one of those carnival rides that spin you up and around.
I ate a mango.
That makes more sense.
I ate a mango in the hot tub yesterday.
Nice.
In the hot tub, ate a mango. It's mango season here, man. I don't have a mango tree, but all my neighbors do. We got so many mangoes. It's awesome. Love mangoes.
Nice.
So make mango sorbet.
Yeah, we don't have the trees here, so I have to buy the frozen variety. Not as good as the fresh mango.
All right, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a great day.